Good day.
Blessings to you. How may I help you?
carry anymore.
Oh, hey. Thank you, Uncle Martin. You're right. I was muted. Well, that is really irritating, because, I've been yammering for quite some time. The old dog is requiring pets. That also reminded me that I need to shift it to live chat instead of top messages. Go lay down, Zephyr. Go lay down. It's all good. Okay, not what I wanted. That's the next section.
Great. An eclipse. This just keeps getting better and better.
What? I mean, luckily you're giant masses of insects, so it's pretty hard not to hit you. The maggot lair. Well, that's appealing. Ooh, I mean, I kind of want that. Alright. The shuffling around of stuff so that I can get the stamina potion. Occurs to me that I've got enough mana potions, I might as well use this. I normally avoid using those unless I absolutely have to, but... Oh, poop. Ah! I didn't even know I had another scroll of Identify. I did not want that. I thought I had one scroll of Identify and one scroll of Town Portal. Well, I guess that's just gonna hang out there for a while. Hopefully no monsters wander through. Alright, where's the bug sound coming from? Dutch is going to bed. Dutch, I hope you sleep well. Alright. What was the squealing sound? That was different. Oh, quest log. Ask Drogman about the strange darkness. Well, I don't know who that is. Is that somebody in town? Like, do I have to go back to town? Oh, were you a boss? I didn't even know you were a boss. Guess you weren't much of one. Ugh. I mean, I may go back through the potion after, go through that portal after all. Too much stuff. Not enough space. You know, I feel like it's a terrible idea, but I'm sort of tempted to just get rid of some of Alright, why can't I hit you? I'm really tempted to get rid of some of those charms. Because yes, they're nice to have, but they're just taking up too much space. Alright, I didn't think I'd come this far. Does it tell me on the map where it is? It does tell me on the map where it is. I guess I had come that far. Uncle Martin says, some go to bed, I'm gonna have lunch. So, I think Dutch is in the US, which means that he's, just been up all night. Okay, this person I'm apparently supposed to speak to is not here. Foof.
Good to see you.
What I want?
Drognan may have some advice on this matter. I think I'll speak with him myself.
Well, that's not helpful. Alright, let's see how fast we die without some of this stuff floating around. +1 to dexterity doesn't seem like that big a deal. I'm kind of upset about the life points, but... no, I already did this. No, no, go away.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, wait. I forgot I'm gonna need a couple of spots clear to pick up that scythe. Okay, so who is this person? And where do I find them? Oh, there they are, way up here.
I've been researching this lengthy eclipse, and I believe it to be the work of
Good morning, Battery.
Clawfingers. Find their temple beneath the desert sands, and you may find the source of this curse.
Yay. What do you have? Oh, you're another... Why are there so many potion people in this city? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did you say? Destroy the serpent altar and the... Okay, so I have to go through this in the dark for quite some time, because I'm not even at the Valley of the Snakes yet. Ugh. I don't like it. Now we'll see if I can even find that scythe again. There we go. Yeah, I hear you. Be patient. I'll kill you when I get around to it.
Mana.
You also need to learn patience. I was gonna say, I feel like there's something else over here, but I can't see it. You hiding behind a wall? I hear more squishy noises. Come on, squishy noises. Alright, I've come back all the way back around. Come all the way back around. Alright. What is... There's a staircase over here? Or a something. There is a staircase over here. Oh, hello. Come on, hold still. So rude. The enemies just want to die. I mean, they do seem to be throwing themselves at me in rather suicidal manners. So, Uncle Martin, what's for lunch? I just had breakfast, so, you know, everybody's on different time zones. I think this must be the upper level. I think I've already done this. But, of course, the map disappears every flippin' time, so it's next to impossible to tell. But I'm pretty positive I've already done this. But I have not found this staff that I'm supposed to be looking for. It's very early here, and I need more coffee, and I have been resisting the urge to make a whole lot of... Ooh, what was that? Eld Rune. Can be inserted into socketed items. Weapons, 75% damage to the undead, 50% to attack ratings against undead. Slower stamina drain. Slower stamina drain. Increased chance of blocking. Well, if I was planning on hanging out with the undead a lot, that'd be really handy. That's not gonna work. I don't understand the point of antidotes. By the time I can, like, get away from whatever poisoned me in the first place and get to the antidote, the poison's already worn off anyway. Just had coffee, slept until 5 a.m. Yeah, I didn't sleep very well last night, so I didn't get up until about 5 o'clock. The alarm went off at 4:30, but... Chirpian meatballs. What are chirpian meatballs? I mean, I'm sure I butchered however you say that, but... Alright, I guess we're gonna check out the maggot lair and hope that whatever it is I'm looking for is here. I was gonna say, and I'm full.
I am overburdened.
I am overburdened. I know I don't need that, but I'm gonna use it up because it's not good for much anyway. Ugh, gross. That might be the grossest doorway I've ever seen in a video game. Usually at between 3:30 and 4. I'm not quite that bad, but I don't get to sleep until really late. I think I'd probably die if I got any less sleep than I already do. Yeah, see? By the time I even realized I no longer have the... Oh, there it is right there. I was gonna say, I couldn't even find the potion. Go lay down. You're fine. You're a good boy. Come on, you had breakfast. Go lie down. Stop looking so much like a rock. Man, if it weren't for this mini-map, I'd never be able to find my way through here. That is the first time I've ever successfully used one of those, and it's only because I was thinking about it specifically. I mean, curious as to why there are urns hanging out in a bug tunnel.
I need mana.
I need a lot of things. Don't you run away from me. Oh, I see. You're just waiting for reinforcements. Ah! Oh, you're a boss. Well, that explains it.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, I know. I'm always overburdened. It's the state of my existence. Okay. How do we fit a shield in here? Kinda need those mana potions. Kind of also need to not die. I'm gonna have to go back to town for 3 flippin' items, aren't I? This is very irritating. When you sear normal meatballs a bit, but then finish cooking them in a tomato-based sauce with diced potatoes, carrots, and maybe some peppers. Other than the potatoes, I think that's like the normal way I cook meatballs. I had no idea that there was like... I mean, what's normal meatballs for you? Now I'm curious.
Hello.
It is an honor to serve you.
Yeah. Is this better than the one I have? Defense 14, defense 16. 1 socket, 2 sockets. Chance to block 37%, chance to block 30%. I mean, kind of 6 half dozen. I think the one I've got is slightly better.
Good evening.
Wait a minute. Does this dude sound like George Carlin?
Not in town.
When he said good evening, he sounded to me a little bit like George Carlin. That was weird. I mean, Deckard Cain obviously was supposed to sound like Sean Connery, so I guess that makes sense. Really have meatballs cooked on a grill or grilled in a pan with nothing and add side stuff later. I mean, I think I have seen them like baked in the oven with nothing on them. But yeah, normally I think we kind of sear them up. You know, you get a little... You toast them up a little bit in the frying pan, and then you dump the sauce in on top of them, throw the veggies in, and let them simmer for very long periods of time. One of our family friend's 40th birthday was yesterday. The baby. So we took her out for dinner, found a nice wheat ale that would be perfect for after watching the lawn service mow. Battery, I think that there is more of a cultural disconnect in that statement than there was in, like, the difference in meatballs. Lawn service. What a foreign... I forgot to bring a town portal thing. Oh, this is gonna suck. I blame it on the distraction of... I blame it on the distraction of meatballs and lawn services. That wasn't what I meant to do. Oh. Thought that was another egg. Apparently I can't tell the difference between eggs and goo piles. To be fair, they do look quite similar. Ah! No, go back. I'm gonna assume this is not the first time you're distracted by meatballs. I mean... They're really good meatballs. Do you make your own meatballs? Oh. Alright, the brown ones are one thing. The gray ones, like, just blend in with the... everything. It's very irritating. Do I have space? I mean... Actually, I'm just gonna top off with that one right now. We use the lawn service in part because I was getting tired, have to replace mowers or just the blades after hitting cypress knees. In this case, my mom made them. It's so gross. Not to brag too much, but I like to think I make pretty good meatballs. I make a 3-day spaghetti sauce. Well, I did make a 3-day spaghetti sauce. Right now I'm having trouble finding sausage that I can eat, but it's it has sausage, meatballs, and tons of veggies, and you cook it really long and really slow for a really long time. I was gonna say, I know. Whoa! No, move. But one of the steps involves, like, making these really big, giant meatballs. And you have to make them really large, because the small meatballs will just kind of disappear and turn into mush. I just got ambushed by mosquitoes.
Not enough mana.
What the hell was up with that? At least I got a town portal scroll out of it. I got 2 town portal scrolls out of it. Because, you know. Why wouldn't you expect your local mosquitoes to be carrying town portal scrolls? Oh. Another disgusting door. Was this a level 1? I can't remember if this was... Oh, yeah, Maggot Lair level 2. I was gonna say, I mean, this is just gonna be this corner, right? I haven't missed anything? I'm gonna be eternally annoyed if it turns out that, like, this actually led off to another tunnel that, like, filled in this whole area. My wife does a sauce that takes 3 days of cooking down. The main meat is steak. Like, what kind of steak? Trying to imagine using steak in something as... Killing demons and exchanging recipes. What better morning could you have? See, now I'm getting arrows again. This is good. I like this. There is an important problem with this particular map. And that is that I am almost out of coffee. And there's no good spot. Alright, found the Maggot Lair level 3 entrance. How many Maggot Lair entrances or levels do you suppose there is? Before I got like 2 items, and then I was out of space, and now I'm not getting any decent items, so... That makes me really loath to go back to town. But if I don't go back to town, I'll be out of mana potions, and then I'll die. And I object to dying. I don't like it. That seems like a lot of sand maggots.
I need mana.
I need to divvy these guys up some. Come on. Let's get you in this tunnel where you can only come at me one at a time. No? We're not leaving your little house? Oh, apparently the kids are dumb enough to leave the house. Jesus, what is this, like the nesting zone or something? I mean, I guess if it is the fact that I came in and, you know, murdered all your children is probably... Alright, is that everybody? No. More eggs. Refill! What? They're carrying a grudge. Have you played the Warlock class yet? I have not. I am not a big magic fan. I'm actually kind of irritated about the fact that I'm playing a barbarian and I'm forced to use it quite so frequently. I have been told I should probably give it a shot at some point, and I will, but at the moment I'm just kind of trying to do a standard. Don't have to be an expensive cut. The sauce makes it super tender. Yeah, I would agree. I honestly think that inexpensive cuts, if you're doing something long and slow, actually are better. That's kind of why I was asking. I know this is probably considered blasphemy by some, but hang on a second. Gotta kill this guy. Stay focused. Pile up the corpses at my feet. I like making a lot of things with brisket that most people wouldn't normally put brisket in. I
am overburdened.
Of course I am. Ooh, what was that? Neph rune. How big is that? Not very big. Alright. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this. I once made a lasagna with like smoked brisket and there's something else I put in it that was unusual, and I can't remember what it was. Chili with brisket in it is pretty amazing. I mean, Scrolls of Identify seem really silly now that I've got access to Deckard Cain.
Greetings.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. No, that was the right button. Why did it not? There we go. Plus 12 to defense. Do I want that? Is it worth losing all of the space in here? Maybe. Maybe? I mean, I have found so few socketed items, I don't even know what the point of these is. I'm just kind of racking them up in my inventory. Alright, while we are here, I am going to refill my coffee cup. I hope everyone will bear with me for just a second. Luckily, these headphones have quite the range on them, so I can keep yammering. The scrolls are for in the field, and if a person wants to use the item right away. Well, the thing is, though, that, like, I'm picking up almost nothing that is actually usable for me. Like, there are so few magical bows. There are so few magical javelins. The damage on them never seems to get any better. Eraserhead, there's enough coffee in the pot for another one if you want to travel, 5 states or 4 states or whatever it is. There's no such thing as blasphemy when it comes to food as long as you like it, unless it's pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry, Uncle Martin. I understand that the pineapple on pizza is the, I too hate magic classes, but tried a Sorcerer Warlock in BG3 and it was fun. I don't think I will play BG3. It's... I don't know. There's just so much about that game that I look at and go, that is not for me.
Greetings.
Yeah. Just not my thing. But, I have been told that when I do Diablo 3, the only class I have not played in Diablo 3 as a meta magic user. I haven't gotten very far with the Witch Doctor, because also kind of a magical thing. So I'll probably play one of those two when I get to 3. I don't remember how many levels there are to this game, so I'm not sure how long that's going to be, but... hopefully soon. I like to But I definitely like 1 better, and I have to say I think maybe I like 3 better. Well, folks in the Deep South, not just New Orleans, will argue with you. Everyone has a different version of blasphemy. Yes. Yes, there is that. Oh, so I started to say, the pineapple on pizza. The people who put mayonnaise on pizza, I think, are far worse than the people who put pineapple on pizza. That grosses me out so much. I mean, I've never had either of them, but just looking at mayonnaise on pizza kind of makes me gag. Spell slots and prepared spells are so annoying. I mean, I don't mind that so much, but... Hey, thank you, Eraser. Yes, I do have a Ko-fi. And the person who asked me the original Warlock class is... Cess? Is that how I should... Does ranch count as mayo? Eraser, are you saying what to the fact that people put mayonnaise on pizza? Yes, there are people who put mayonnaise on pizza. I mean, I am not a ranch fan either, but it's the actual mayo that really grosses. I mean, like, I don't really like ranch, but, like, I can get the appeal to people who do like it. I do not understand mayonnaise. That just... Ugh. I think I'm getting a little bit nauseous even just thinking about it. But that might just be because I've had a lot of coffee and not any food. You know, it occurs to me that in these really small tunnels, I probably am better off with the javelin. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. I mean, it's a cool weapon, but no thank you. Okay, why did I just take so much damage so quickly? Do we have a boss? We do have a boss!
I am overburdened.
No, you're not. We just can't turn things around in this game, which is the stupidest method ever. Goat's playing Diablo. Though apparently I am Ghost now. Good morning, Jacob, and good morning, Northman. I'm gonna go home and rethink my life. No, Eraser, you don't have to rethink your life, because, you don't put mayonnaise on pizza. Therefore, you are not making bad choices with your life. I do not understand why javelins in this game get used like, I don't know, the knife from Psycho or something. Like, that is not the proper way to use a javelin. Alright, I know I said that I was better off with the javelin in close quarters, but that apparently is not true, because I am burning through healing potions like crazy. Alright, something glittered over here. What was it? Leather armor. I must have been here before. God, those doors are so disgusting. I mean, I get that that's the point, but... Alright, I guess that's everything except for going to level 3. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a ranch fan, but I get that it's an appeal for people that like it, but mayonnaise, no. No, just no. Have to run, everyone. Must get the dog squared away this morning and get ready for the hell that is a Meeting Fest Tuesday. Well, I hope it isn't too much of a hell, and I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel tonight at 8 o'clock, if you happen to still be up. We're going to talk about Babylon 5, including, as far as I'm concerned... You know, I've been thinking about it more. I think Born to the Purple might actually be my favorite episode in Season 1, but there are a couple others that are really close. Mayonnaise is a base for a lot of dressings, dips, and spreads. Made fresh, it's great. See, I don't really like mayo anyway. Hey, Rio, good morning. There's a great difference when it's ranch and mayo, even if one was made with the other. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, like, I wouldn't dip chips in mayonnaise, and yet there are plenty of mayonnaise-based dips that you put chips in. Dual-wheel barbarian throwing javelins is pretty fun. Is that 3 or is that this one? Because it's never let me throw javelins so far in this. Homemade mayo is great and easy to make, but good lord, I hope the shadows get you if you put it on pizza. So I have a soy allergy. And most mayonnaise is made with soy oil. So on the rare occasion I eat mayonnaise, it has to be made with avocado oil. So, like, it is so prohibitively expensive. I mean, avocado oil is not cheap. Is that the first time I've killed one of those in a single shot? I think it might be.
Not enough mana.
Well, fudgesicles.
I need mana.
Working on it. Yeesh. It's the first time in ages I've been thinking, man, there aren't enough healing potions in this game. Probably using these faster than I need to, but I figure the minute I don't, That'll be the point in time where, you know, half full is not enough. Where did you guys come from? Did I miss a... Ooh, I missed a healing potion.
Not enough mana.
Lovely, the bug monsters are carrying arrows around with them. I mean, it's kind of realistic that there would be this many bugs, but... Because, you know, bugs. But man. Wait, a possessed death beetle? Possessed by what? Like a bigger, badder beetle? Oops. No, come back here. Who possesses a beetle? Or what possesses a beetle? Goat was going to explain to me why the devil ended up looking like a goat. Yeah, you can get mayonnaise made with olive oil, but it very frequently is made with olive oil and soy products. Why are we talking about mayonnaise? Because I said that putting mayonnaise on pizza was worse than putting pineapple on pizza. Does it bug you? No, actually what bugs me is the idea that, they're realistic about the number of bugs that are hanging out in these tunnels, but they are not realistic about the fact that those bugs would, like, kill each other. It's like they think even insects have a diverse society, like, hanging out in their houses. I mean, I'm sure it's just so I don't get bored of, like, fighting the same thing all the time, but... And most people probably don't care that much about insect society. Would love to take over a bug, it sounds fun. I mean, I suppose it probably has its interesting bits, but... Yeah, I definitely have room for a scythe at the moment with all the flippin' damage I've taken. Pardon me, had a sudden cough, didn't want to do it in anyone's ear.
Not enough mana.
Alright, so, this is the big bad up here. I guess we are definitely not going up there without...
I can't carry anymore.
I thought... Am I looking at
I
this?
am overburdened.
Oh, there we go. For some reason, it wouldn't let me walk forward for a second. Yeah. A what potion? Oh, thawing potion. I was like, what the heck did I just see? Urn. Bolts. Nope, don't need those. Alright. I think you're giving the game more thought than the game developers. I mean, I'm sure I probably am. Alright. Let's see if I can do this off the...
I am overburdened.
How much space does that take up? 2 spots. 3 spots. See, this is where that whole I should just be able to turn things sideways comes in. Can I put keys there? I can't put keys there. Can I put this potion there? I can. Alright. I hate wasting the space here, but... Let's go unload and reload. Okay, so... Goats turning into the devil. There's like a whole mishmash of reasons that kind of like led to... that.
Yes?
Well, that was the most pathetic greeting I've gotten from him.
Good day.
One was that they wanted to make people feel bad about worshipping, like, more pagan gods. And so they basically did everything they could to make sure that didn't happen. Plus 12 defense. You know, if I could turn this sideways, I'd definitely keep it. But I can't, and that irritates me. The other thing is that, so goats in almost every religion until Christianity, including Judaism, by the way, carried a sacred role. Greeks, Romans, the very first religion, like organized religion that we know of, 5,000 or 6,000 years ago, their main goat, or their main god was the goat carp god. Yes, I know that sounds weird, but that is that is a thing. And his name was Enki. And my main goat that I currently have is named Enki. Christianity was the first case where goats did not have like some sort of like sacred role. And in fact, they not only didn't have a sacred role, but they were kind of looked down on. There is a historical reason for that, and there is a there's a religious reason for it. One is that there was a lot of translation that went on during various times, and during the Victorian era, goats had fallen out of favor. They were seen as a sign of poverty, and they basically made it a statement of morality if you were poor. If you were poor, it was obviously because you were a terrible person. And so if you owned goats, it meant you were immoral. And the other one was that they made a distinction. That's the point where they made a distinction between lambs and goats. And lambs who were well behaved and followed orders and, were seen as calm and placid were the good animal, and you wanted to be like the sheep. Whereas goats who were troublesome and smart and escapee and etc. Were seen as the bad animal because they questioned and they didn't obey. And there is also there's also a sexuality thing. Rams are extremely territorial. Well, modern day industrial rams are very territorial. They will drive off younger rams. I mean, they still exist in the same flock, but they are having none of, younger rams mating with their ewes, even if they can't perform. Whereas once a goat's tired, he honestly doesn't. He'll put up with another. Once he's had his fill. Hang on. Alright, we need to back that up a little bit while we catch up with the hit points. We are obviously not just going toe-to-toe on that puppy. Man, I thought the last one was bad. Apparently that was the secondary nest.
Not enough mana.
Good thing I stocked up. Whoa! I did not realize I was so low on hit points. I was too busy focusing on taking down the queen bee there. Or the queen maggot. Man. That is a lot of poison damage. Good lord. Every time I think I've, like... caught up here. Ping!
I need mana.
Man, I was a little worried I was, like, overkilling the potions.
Not enough mana.
I was not. Alright, what do we got here? A whole lot of stuff I can't use. Excellent.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't believe you! I mean, I probably should believe you, but I don't. Just let me turn things sideways. This is not difficult. Smoked sphere. That sounds like a food item. Ah. Man, I don't even know how I can find anything in this room. There are so many corpses.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, well, let's fix that. Alright, well. Question is it worth coming back here to pick up that one? They see the cow as a rein. The cow was the cows are not sacred. The cows are chosen, are like the special animal of a goddess in Hinduism.
The Staff of Kings. You astound me, my friend. You have discovered the shaft portion of a Herodric staff. I trust you know how to use a Herodric cube to unite the shaft with its headpiece.
Oh, everything about that sounds naughty. I mean, I started to make a joke about I'm really good at finding the shaft, but then everything he said was just naughtier. Goats, okay, I'm gonna roll over and smoke a cigarette now. Peace, babe. I mean, kinda, yeah. I don't know that it's that horned animals are specifically sacred. I think it's that, well, other than the fact that horns were really valuable once upon a time. I mean, there's a lot you can do with them. But it's more that, like, anything that will feed you was considered important. Destroy the serpent of the Valley of the Snakes. Search the Claw Viper Temple for the headpiece. Alright. Yeah, things that'll feed you were important in a time where, like, people, you know, could starve to death. Serpent's Gnarled Staff of Readiness. I mean, see, that just in and of itself just sounds naughty. Is the Staff of Kings the one that's supposed to be the thing I'm supposed to keep? Now I've forgotten already. No, it doesn't say. Okay, well, now I'm confused. I don't see anything in here just labeled staff or shaft. And I don't want to accidentally sell it and then discover I shouldn't have done that.
Hello.
Hello. Well, I definitely don't need this. I don't think I need that. Definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Definitely don't. This is the one I'm not sure about. I guess we're gonna put it in here just to be on the safe side. Cause like I actually had the cube. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Stay a while and listen. The Staff of Kings.
Okay, it is the right one.
Astound me, my friend.
Don't give it different names. I'm easily confused this early in the morning. Don't change the name on me.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have obviously gotten to the point where I have to do this. It really upsets my sense of the way things should be, though. See, it's just out of order. Now I'm gonna go someplace and not need all these and regret that. Are they more promiscuous than any other animal? They have that reputation. Goats? I mean, it's hard to say depending on whether or not you're talking about, like, modern-day goats versus, like old heritage breeds. Old heritage breeds, oh. Shit. Oh, why did I do that? Now I have to walk all the way through all 3 back levels. See, you got me distracted talking about goats. Oh well. Oops. So modern day goats have been specifically bred to, a lot of them, I should say, have been specifically bred to, like, not have a breeding season. And so, you know, they're frisky all the time, all the place. But I think that goats do tend to be out off-season more frequently than sheep, because sheep developed in areas of the world where it was cold, and if you... Whoa, hello. And so if you have babies when it's cold, the chances are the babies will die. Whereas... See, I did say I bet there was something in this corner.
I am overburdened.
Already? Oh, that's because I don't need that. I mean, not that I need most of this, but... Goats developed in areas of the world where it's really warm. And so therefore, they just, like, they don't have the need for, like, super seasonal breeding. But there's, you know, there's usually at least a certain amount. Actually, goats sometimes have a harder time when it's too hot if they get pregnant. But, like, my sheep have a really specific breeding season. There's, like, 8 weeks where if I don't, you know, if they don't get the job done, they're probably not getting the job done. Which is one of the reasons it's actually kind of a pain that rams are so particular, because they can't always get the job done in time. Jacob casually reminding me I haven't thrown a brisket on the smoker in months, and I probably do. Yeah, brisket is amazing. You get the bonk goat. I had to rewind where you fucked up. What? As confused. Yeah, I definitely don't need you. I bought way too many potions already.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is an honor to serve you.
Yeah, so this time I actually bought, you know, enough potions and then immediately ended up in an area where there were ridiculous numbers of them. So we'll just store some of those and, you know, move on. Oh. Town portal. Let's not forget that this time. So yeah, I mean, if they are more promiscuous, it is only because they're from warm climates where, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I would say most animals that are from warm climates are probably, they just have a longer season. They can do the naughty whenever they want. Feel the satyrs running after nymphs was a reflection of that. Part of it is that, once again, goats make it into mythology a lot. And it's kind of curious, actually, because goats and sheep were domesticated right around the same time. Pardon me, got some killing to do.
Not enough mana.
That's because I'm busy shooting off in the middle of nowhere for no particular reason. I need to adjust my wrist brace here. And because they were more docile, you know, sheep have kind of always been considered to be, I don't know, easier. But it's always goats that make it into... at one point in time, I was in the process of writing a book on the history of goats called They Gave Us Coffee. And I had an entire chapter on, like, their religious... their religious impact. I was working a bit on the socioeconomic chapter.
Not enough mana.
I was gonna say, one of these must have a fast capability.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't believe you. Oops, what did I just... let's see. Can we fit a large shield? Look at that! Chain boots have got to be better than what I've got, right? Yeah, the early domestication of animals it's a subject that, like, does not... It gets studied surprisingly little, and it is very interesting if you like history at all. So in early archaeology, because goats and sheep, like, their bones look kind of similar, and somebody decided, well, it doesn't really matter if they were domesticating goats or sheep. And so they just used to, like, look at them interchangeably, which means that a lot of the early archaeological evidence we have was documented, like, really badly. Lord, the poison exists in this game like fire exists in Original Sin, too. The Godpan was a dirty old goat. I mean, not really. He was musky. He probably smelled like a goat, but... I actually saw a video the other day I thought was really interesting. They were talking about the fact that, like, if you went back in time to the 60s and 70s, most people probably wouldn't be able to stand it because, what is hitting me? Sheesh.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, they were talking about the fact that, we probably would not be able to stand the smell of people. Because, like, people still had smell. Like, we weren't showering, like, 6 times a day and painting ourselves in perfume and...
Not enough mana.
And that this, like, I always say all the time that, I find modern movies to be really frustrating in that everything always looks too clean. And he was talking, too, about the fact that, like, you know, you look at an apartment in a modern show, and nothing looks used. Like, there are no chips on the plates, there are no scuffs, there are no anything. Everything is just perfect. Like, it all looks like brand new stuff in a brand new apartment. And I think that that's what's like, that's what people look like in modern movies, too. They don't really look real. They look like, you know, painted dolls. And that's kind of, well, that isn't gonna work. Will this fit? I don't know what this is. Helm. I'm like short one space here. There we go. Ta-da. Seems to remember he chased Nymph. She got turned into his panpipes. I don't really remember how that goes. I mean, gods in all of mythology were notorious for doing all sorts of stuff we would find terrible nowadays. But, like, the gods were just representations of man then, and that meant that they had all the same flaws and inconsistencies and did stupid crap. The way people do. Alright, let's take a look at my inventory here. Chain boots, defense 13, faster running, faster hit recovery, enhanced defense, fire resistance, potion. I mean, yeah, that seems like a no-brainer. Defense 16, defense 13. Half freeze duration, that really doesn't make any difference. $300. Whoops, I'm on the wrong thing here. Seems good.
Greetings.
Oop. 2, 4, 6. 6. Ah! Get over there. There we go. Alright, new stats. The eternal question. How do we get goat mythology to hygiene? Because you said the goats stink. And I was arguing that, I mean, people really should smell more than we do. I mean, it's one of the reasons that, like, we get diseases that never existed before. Because we're so obsessed with cleanliness, we're killing our own protective bacteria. Dexterity or vitality? I could do 1 point in dexterity and 4 points in energy, and then all my numbers would be even. I do like even numbers. And I have been using a lot more mana. I guess that kind of makes sense. New skill! Javelin and spear. I don't use that nearly as often. Fire arrow, cold arrow. Multiple shot. Oh, I can't do that because, yeah, okay. But I can't get to the exploding arrow either, which is kind of what I've been aiming for. Requires level 12. What the heck level am I? I'm on level 22. Why does this insist that... I is confused. Enchants any arrow bolt of shows on contact damaging all nearby enemies. I should, by all accounts, be able to use this. But I can't, and I don't know why. I mean, Pan and the Devil are still kind of different. I mean, Pan was kind of a little tiny mischievous goat who carried you know, flute. Satan is, you know, large and imposing and, you know, on fire. Why can I not... Do I have to have both of these? Is this like... This requires both? I've been sort of making the assumption that... Attack rating 20%. I mean, I guess I still don't understand why I wouldn't just keep beefing up my immolation arrow like crazy. Costs exactly the same. If I change this, the cost goes up. Does 27 or can do 27 points of fire damage. And the attack rating is 100%. Yeah, I don't know why I would do anything else. Stick with what you know, I guess. Yes, you need both skills. Okay, that's good to know. Well, the thing is that, like I said, early religion understood that people are fallible. And Christianity, the entire idea was... Well, I should say modern day Christianity, because, I mean, sin originally meant to avoid the path, or to wander from the path. You know, you screwed up. Like, you made a mistake, you right yourself and turn and come back around. that was mostly in Judaism. When Christianity became a thing, like the search for perfection became a lot more emphasized. And kind of a lack of tolerance for not being perfect, you know. Alright. I don't know what the heck they throw, but... like, I can't avoid it, because even when I move, it, like, travels with me for a few seconds. Good thing they don't have a lot of hit points. If they got off more than one shot, I'd have a problem. Come on, I know I saw you over here. Maybe this is why the bows and arrows don't do a whole lot of damage in this game. It's just like, we know you're going to have to run entirely on, like, magic by the time you get to any major stage in this game. So we're just gonna... we're just not gonna bother. There's some old image of a church in Italy where he looks like an angel. Satan? Yeah, I mean, Lucifer was an angel. He was the first of the angels. He was the Lightbringer. He was the first and the greatest, and created to fall. Oop. There's a Lost City waypoint. Yay! Yes, you occasionally have to put up with my, like, OCPD in this game. Organize things in ways that only make sense in my brain. I started to say that for a Lost City there weren't a whole lot of building. Oh, hello. Hello. Buildings. There weren't a whole lot of buildings. Gonna say I see movement. A lot of late game weapons will have mana steal. At least it's odd the developers wanted mana incorporated in most things. They're still not sure if it's the devil, but some other people think it is. I mean, it would make sense. Like I said, the further you go back, the more willingness there is to discuss the fallibility of people. Alright, do I have to go up this staircase in order to find... I know there's something on this level I'm supposed to find, I just don't remember what it is. Hold still! I feel me and Goat are counting conversation of images of the devil and everyone else is sick of it and continuing with the game. I'm trying to multitask! I do think that the conversations about goats tend to be more interesting to most people than... There should be 3 of you. There's always 3 of you.
I need mana.
I do have a game question, though. So most of the people in the chat play video games, right? I assume? How many of you do jigsaw puzzles? I promise this is not an unrelated question, it just looks that way on the surface.
I need mana.
Come on, kids. I know you're there.
Not enough mana.
Alright, let's restock the speed fill here. Okay, I guess that's way more arrows than I need. Oh, actually, I could have done that. Never mind. Crossword Sudoku in the lake. I know of a herd of goats down the road where I live. Every time I pass by, they are standing on top of old vehicles, the dogs guarding the background. I mean, goats do like to climb, especially if they are, like, you know, descended from the ones that grew up on hills. Remember old articles on the game's development? I do remember the devs like Magic. The devs did think the Sorceress was going to be the most popular. I mean, the number of people who've loved the Warlock suggests that that's probably true. They're probably... I mean, let's be honest, the, you know, if you get into Diablo 3, there are a lot of, there are a lot of classes that don't have magic, but they have skills that might as well be magic. Which I kind of blame on, you know, I kind of blame on D&D. It's one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to Stray Crows, is that you can absolutely, like, have characters that are not magical in any way, shape, or form, but that can still hold their own. Without using things that are Valley of the Snakes. Alright, I'm not ready for the Valley of the Snakes yet. Valley of the Snakes is how we get the sun to come back. Man, you got some serious range with that thing. Didn't I have something that I wanted identified? I guess that was the last... Yes, that was the last batch. Oh, hello. Sorry. Didn't mean to ignore you. Two cups of coffee and I'm apparently still really tired. That's what I was hoping that was. Oh, I gotta stretch for a second. What are the goats that climb steep cliffs? Is that what you're saying? I think they're ibex. Yeah, I think you're thinking of ibex. And ibex are, probably one of the descendants of at least some breeds of modern goat. I don't know why I just did that. Alright, I was absolutely positive that there was something I needed in this area. And now I can't find it. So let's double check the quest log. Search the Claw Viper Temple. Oh, actually, I don't know where that is. I have no way of knowing where that is. Oh. Destroy the... Okay, that is also... Okay, apparently this entire section does absolutely nothing except lead to the next section. Which is a little bit disappointing. Ibex and... I can't remember what the other... what the lowland goats are. But yeah, it's kind of like domestic modern-day ducks. They're all descended from wild mallards. Goats are kind of the same way. They're all descended from like one of two different... Oh, well, this is a really small map, at least. Alright, let me check the time here. Oh, so the reason I was asking about,
I hope I know what I'm doing.
I mean, I feel that way every day. I have just realized that I once again do not have a temple, a town portal thing. So I think I'm going back out here. I'm gonna go back to the whatchamacallit I just found, which is probably on exactly the opposite end of where I want to go. Or want to be. I did find one, right? Have I not found one since, like, down the set of stairs? That is super annoying. Well, there. At least now I can run there without having to stop and wait for my stamina to rebuild. Alright, I'm not going to bother with this for now, so I'm just going to set it over here. We'll deal with it later. Probably should pick up some more mana potions, too, if I'm going into big bad territory.
Nothing the right portion can't cure.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say something very different than that. What do you think? Should I take one more robe? Or am I just overkilling already? Nah, heck with it. Mountain Walkie Games is the scientific name. Ibex. I-B-E-X. Ibex. Yeah, so I was asking about the jigsaw puzzles because I have always wondered if the reason I always check the outside edges of a game first is because I'm used to jigsaw puzzles. And you always build the outside edge on the jigsaw puzzle first. So, that was my question. Everyone bear with me for just a second. I need to go get some water, and I will be right back. Alright, I have returned. I drink a tremendous amount of seltzer water, and for some reason, I bought a ton of coconut flavored last time. And I don't actually like coconut. So I was really hoping I had something else left. I mean, I don't dislike it, but I don't really like it either. And I am not in the mood this morning. But apparently it's all I have. Time to do groceries. Palace Cellar, level 1. Oh, that means I'm going to go through this Valley of the Kings, or whatever the heck it's called. See, now I have, like, ancient cultures on the brains. But yeah, now I have ancient cultures on the brain. But I'm going to have to go through whatever this is in the Snake Valley here. And there isn't going to be a single waypoint the whole way, so... Oh well. How many levels do you suppose this thing has? My last puzzle was Kodiak picture with birds. I normally build the border first. Yeah. So the people that don't do jigsaw puzzles, do you also do the outside edge of video game levels, or is it just us, puzzle people? That was the original question, was whether or not... Do we have movement, or are we good? Yeah, I guess I did not need to worry
I can't
quite.
carry anymore.
I don't believe you. I think you're just being lazy. Though if it's a long staff, it may not fit. Yeah, it doesn't fit in the... Well, I can do that. The developers obviously also never had to pack a car for a vacation.
Not enough mana.
Anybody know anything about snakes? I've always been under the impression that snakes wouldn't let other types of snakes in their house either. Like, don't most snakes, like, kill and eat other snakes given the opportunity?
I can't carry anymore.
What? Oh. Oh, that's right. I have to do it this way. There we go. See? Look at that. It's amazing what you can accomplish if you just put your mind to it. Restock. I don't want to accidentally use this at some point when I don't mean to. Well, I'm down to the point where I could carry, like, I don't know, one thing. If it was the right size. Ding! This game has the weirdest trap noises ever. guess I don't have to worry about the whole not having a town portal scroll for a while. Ah, I just realized that my chat turned off. Hang on. Hang on. I'm coming to rescue you. Let's see what I've missed. I'll be kind of sad if I haven't missed anything all that time. I haven't missed anything. Everybody stopped being chatty. We stopped talking about goats, and like that was the end of it. They're like, nope, I'm done. Either that or we started talking about goats, and everyone was like, nope, I'm done. These full? Those are full. All right. Is there supposed to be a way to get into that? Oh, I see. I haven't looked at that one. There's a big central area there, and I don't know. I guess it's just a big open area? I swear to God that snake just said fuck. Oh, it didn't take. Darn it. Earn, baby, earn. Oop. I heard a clink over here. I was gonna say it's probably a key, but... which I have plenty of. Alright. Trying to remember if I can actually shoot. Because 1 and 2 both, it's driven me a little crazy that, like, I have arrows, but I can't break pottery with them. And I'm trying to remember if you can in 3. Everybody's gone totally quiet. Am I still muted? No, I'm not muted. Definitely not muted. Oops. Went the wrong way. What? Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what I was seeing that was a red circle, and it was that snake's tail showing through the wall for some reason. I have this headcanon that, like, these two snake clans are at war, and I've accidentally walked in, like, in the middle of, like, a battle between the two of them. Like, the brown ones are invading the red ones, or... Or they have a class system and the... They have a class system and the brown ones are like the servants or whatnot. They seem to be less powerful, so... I feel like coffee is not working today. I think I am still just as... Usually I've kind of started to like perk up and get a second wind and the coffee starts kicking in and... Instead I think I'm more tired than before I drank the coffee. Look folks, we have a game glitch. It is hitting me through the wall.
I need mana.
Apparently I had hit through the wall too.
Not enough mana.
What was I gonna look at? Oh, the charm. Fire resistance. I find it entertaining it doesn't resist fire until you know it resists fire. I don't seem to be getting a whole lot of stuff here, but let's at least rearrange things so that if I got stuff, I could actually pick it up. Squishy Banana comes in early in the morning with maybe you need cocaine. I have to get coffee. Nothing is open yet. I mean, I just made mine, so. I spoil myself on very, very little. Like, I don't have a lot of toys, I don't buy a lot of expensive stuff. I mean, unless you count the goats. But I am a bit of a coffee snob. I never did, so I became a coffee snob years ago, and then the place I used to get my coffee closed down, and I've never yet found anything that quite lived up to that place. But I do try and do the best coffee I can. And if I grind it and I brew it, at least I know what I'm getting. Someday I'd like to learn how to roast my own coffee beans, but apparently we had a sarcophagus with a never-ending number of mummies in it. interesting thing to keep around the house. A sarcophagus of holding. You can just throw all of your corpses in one pile. We all have our indulgences. We do indeed. I figure considering how little I spend on other stuff, and how few things I used to enjoy eating I can have these days, high-priced coffee is reasonably inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it literally costs me like 20 bucks a week, so.
Not enough mana.
Did that mummy just teleport? Ah! No blowing up my face. Remember the multiple spawn points. I think it's unique to this area. Oh, the mummy thing? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of clever. I think the first time I ran into it, it actually took me quite a while to figure out, like, why the heck are all these mummies still coming out? Oh, I've got a whole other section over here before we go down a level. You gotta go down a level to go up a level. One of those naming things that never made any sense. Ooh. I am out of mana potions. Well, I mean, once this lot gets filled off. I'm a little bit surprised there haven't been more, and I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, whoop, what did I just trigger a trap? What happened? Spontaneous trap or spontaneous orgasm? Who knows which? I do have to say, everyone who gets injured in this game sounds like they're having a real good time. Maybe that's supposed to be the appeal. Thank you, Eraser. I appreciate the Ko-fi reminder. Ooh. Whoop. Ah! No! Run away. Man, I hope there aren't a lot of those. Is that a thing? Oof, that was kinda terrible. Unidentified kite shield. Ethereal cannot be repaired. Wow, its durability isn't very good either. Usually the ones that can't be repaired are at least Reasonable. It is the first really good damage I've seen on a shield in quite some time, though. You know what? I don't need more than... There's no way I'm going to need more than 12 keys. 'Tis ridiculous. I am getting a little uncomfortable with my arrow load, though. Yes, I hear you. I'm coming. Relax. Oh. There were 2 of them back to back, and I couldn't avoid either of them. Sheesh. Ooh, that was a 3 for 3. I like that. Oh, it's one of these things. I forgot all about these things. Hissing is beginning to get to me.
Let there be light.
Yay.
I'm overburdened.
Oh, did I get both the things I needed in one shot? Quest log. Did that. Did that. Oh, sweet.
I can't carry
Yeah, I'm not
anymore.
trying to carry anymore. I'm just trying to walk down the stairs. Just want to walk down the stairs. Yeah, I know. Alright, well that wasn't so bad. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself here, but... Yes, I found it! Yeah, Eraser, oh man, that is very bright. Thank goodness. Yeah, the medical bills currently have a payment plan going, but for
Good to see you.
some reason,
Not in town.
The Viper amulet you bear is actually the headpiece of a Horodric staff.
yes, I know. You told me to go look
Yes,
for it, remember?
You have an uncanny knack for finding rare and valuable artifacts.
No, you told me where to find
Of
it.
course, you'll have to use a Horodric cube to combine the headpiece with the shaft.
Oh god, there's
I've
so
been
many
speaking with
12-year-old
Lord
jokes
Jennings,
there.
And I sense that he is becoming more and more agitated by something. You should try to talk to him again. If he still won't take you into his confidence, seek to prove yourself a bit more. I gather that his respect for you is growing.
Hello.
I might keep this until it collapses on me. I kind of don't want to risk it collapsing. Oh, the belt's better, too. Defense 5, 8 slots. Durability 14 out of 16. I fixed everything. Why has my durability not gone up? Weird. Lightning resist. 3... This one has better defense, but this has better, like, everything else. I guess I'm gonna stick with what I got. Getting a little frustrated about the Lack of new toys. I mean, that's why we all play the game, right? Didn't I have these all, like, neat and tidy and I knew where everything was? Defense 23. Why do I even have half this stuff? Alright, 1 cube. 1 staff. Boop, 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 boop. Transmute. Ta-da! That can get sold off. Stupid number of gems. Holy cow. You don't need all of these. In fact, I don't even want all of them. Guess I don't need to buy any potions. Get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't really want to. I just was curious what it did.
Welcome to my shop.
How about you trade me some healing potions for some mana potions? What do you think about that deal? Alright, what am I supposed to do with this?
Excellent. You have a Horodric staff. Carry it with you into Talrash's tomb. Find within the tomb the chamber whose floor is inset with the circle of 7 symbols. Place the staff into the receptacle you find there. That will open the secret passage into Talrash's burial chamber. But be prepared for a fight. You'll likely have to kill Talrasha to destroy Bale.
Is it Bale? I always assumed because of the double A that it was Ball. Oh yeah, that dude's up here somewhere.
I've been researching the old records, trying to find the location of Talrasha's tomb. Though I haven't found the tomb itself, I may have a good lead for you. The great Vigeri summoner, Horizon, built his arcane sanctuary somewhere around here. He was a powerful spellcaster and kept demons as slaves within the sanctuary. He kept a close eye on great events too, such as the imprisonment of Bale within Talrasha's tomb. If you could find Horizon's sanctuary, I'm sure that it would hold some clue as to the tomb's location. Though I doubt Horizon is still alive, you must proceed with caution. There's no telling what could be waiting inside. When I spoke of this with Lord Jaren, he asked that I send you to him. Perhaps he knows of a secret entrance or the like.
This is why research is important, kids.
When the troubles began here, I allowed the terrified harem guilds to join me within the safety of the
Harem
palace.
guilds,
All
huh?
was fine until one night. Screams echoed up the stairwells from the harem. My guards arrived to find the poor girls being slaughtered by a merciless band of hell-spawned demons. My brave guardsmen tried to push the demons back into the mysterious rift from which they came. Ever since, my men have fought a losing battle. Demons have continued to pour through the rift into the palace. Ultimately, I hired Grays and his mercenaries to help protect the rest of my fair city. Drognan believes that the arcane sanctuary lies buried underneath this palace, since Lutgalain occupies the site of an ancient Vigeri fortress. My palace is open to you now. Take care.
We now have all the side quests. Alright, let's check the time. It is 8 minutes of 9, so I think we're going to actually stop here. We'll take on the palace next time. Because I need to go get some practical stuff done. I have almost no NPCs in the level, so I balance out. I think I've missed... Oh, I did miss part of your message. Just did a fly-through of my level in free cam to capture footage. Running smooth, didn't notice any major stutters. Tends to run better when it's packaged game as well. However, I have almost no NPCs in the level, so it may balance out both in terms of performance. Good job! I mean, you kind of flying through this development. Patrick, yeah, it only told me one thing I can, like, combine in the cube. Like, I can combine arrows to make bolts, and I can combine bolts to make arrows. And then it said, like, you may find some other stuff. But I kind of don't want to risk breaking stuff, so... If you know anything specific that I can put in it that will make things, that would be awesome. There are quite a few pronunciations of Bale/Bull. Yeah, I mean, I assume, but probably I'm Americanizing the heck out of it. But I always assumed that, I always assumed it was ball, but that doesn't mean anything. Languages are not my strong suit, so. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you had a good time. Long rambling conversations about goats, none the withstanding. I had a good time. I have to go out and tend the actual goats now and find out how many of them have escaped this morning, because, man, they seem to be on a roll lately. We may actually end up having to completely redesign our fencing system, which is going to be incredibly expensive. Like, I don't actually know how we're going to manage it if we do that. But yeah, man, they have decided they can just walk through fences these days. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I hope there is much coffee, or at least as much coffee as you want. I hope it all goes well. I hope to see you tonight on Jacob Ironside's Babylon 5 show. If you can't manage that, I have an extra special Slice and Dice tonight. I am going to have Monty Cook on. He wrote a very large chunk of the 3rd edition of D&D, and he developed his own system, Numenera, which is one of my favorites. And he is an amazing world builder. I also have Mike Neistel, who is so famous that D&D named spells after him. And he wrote for almost every company in the 90s. And I have Lord Mateus of the Second Watch. So it's going to be a very cool episode. And I hope to see you there. So, everyone, once again, thank you for being here, and happy headbutting!